Your favorite teams, your favorite live streams, your favorite highlights. Be sure to engage with us. Find us now on YouTube at NSBN Sports or visit us at nsbnsports.com.
Walk-off home run. Here's a shot to the right side. This is shaping up to be a strike right side too. In Kingsport, Tennessee, it's college softball, and a trip to the championship is still available for these two teams. We have reached the elimination stage for our number 1 and number 2 seed after miraculous seasons, as that is roped across and she is safe over at first. Good leadoff hitter for the Reinhardt Eagles. And only one of these two programs gets to advance to championship Saturday in Kingsport, which is just unbelievable considering the seasons they've had. It's almost like I'm still in shock that this is even possible. Obviously very much so possible considering here we are, and that's exactly what's happening.
What a tournament that it has been.
Crazy. This is going to fly out to right field. Glad to have you along for the ride. It's the Appalachian Athletic Conference 2026 softball tournament. Only 3 teams remain in the losers bracket. Truett McConnell has punched their ticket to the championship tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Bryan College plays the winner of this game at 11 a.m., and whoever takes the 11 a.m. game goes on to the championship. Reinhardt Eagles and Johnson Royals right now. Gabriel Fry, Brendan Sweeney alongside me. We're so glad you're here on SESN Sports for this big-time bout. The 1 and 2 seed, and only one moves on to Championship Friday.
Yeah, it should be a ton of fun this game. The top 2 seeds in the tournament coming together, both with 1 loss on their ledger already in the tournament. This is about as good as it gets in AAC play.
I agree. We go ahead and lose the second one on this side. 2 away already for the Reinhardt Eagles as Johnson dealing some heat. Runner on the base path over at first. Strike 1. Pettit is batting, Madison Pritchard dealing. Reinhardt's already had Taylor Wade single, and Shirley and Height retired. Play out at second, throwing into scoring position. She's good, rolling down across the line 60 feet. Now just 120 from taking an early lead.
Yeah, getting close to picking up that first run of the game. Reinhardt with a good start here. They get a runner into scoring position with 2 away, and now they've got to get Emily Pettit to come through in the clutch in this spot early.
That's off of her. Hopefully she's all right. Took a shot. She's going to move on down to, I don't know if she will go to first base.
Yeah, she swung, hit it foul off her own body.
Oh,
Yeah, that's never fun.
that's double pain.
Yeah, double pain. Certainly double pain.
Oh, looks like she's walked it off, so that's good news. What a relief.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to lose Emily Pettit. I mean, that's a extremely important piece for this team.
Wade at second. Pettit batting as the 2-2 is roped across. A play over at first is in time to retire the side for the Johnson Royals, who quickly are going to take their turn at bat. We'll see you in a moment.
Reynolds has been impressive today. Still 8 hits that he's allowed. But the difference in the game is what they've done with those hits. 11 hits, 10 runs, which, well, you can just go back to that last inning on the walks, the hit by pitch, and how all those runs came in. But still, when they have gotten hits, they've been effective in producing runs. As Johnson. There is the one error for Pikeville as well. 1-2 count here for Polino after he fouls that off. Again, final game of the day.
These are the stats that have powered these two programs through the regular season and into the tournament. 25 wins for Reinhardt, 31 for the Royals. Both right around 300%. 14 homers and 20 for Johnson. Both over 200 strikeouts, almost 250 for the Royals.
Yeah, Reinhardt's ERA, you look at that 2.47 number, that's a very impressive number. And Ansley Pettit, the pitcher in the circle, heavily responsible for that number.
Drop that through as we're getting underway with the bottom side of the first inning. You can see the defense of Reinhardt is taken to the field. Reinhardt in the outfield from left to right. It's Shirley in left. Center is Hutto in right field. You've got Pettit. On the infield, Shaylin at first. At second base, that's Schaefer. Over at third is Freeze as this play is going to be collected, gloved in the infield. That's a wild one. One away. At third, it's Freeze. The shortstop for Reinhardt, Molly Stevens, which is unusual. She's been catching. Hutto catching in this and dealing. Ansley Pettit inside of the circle.
Yeah, earlier today, Stevens started that game at third base. She's now playing short in this one. Caught yesterday. So she's been all over the diamond, Molly Stevens. No, nobody outrun her at first base for the Royals.
Showed bunt. The lineup for Johnson, already Audrey Morehouse, the leadoff hitter, is at first on base. Hubbard in the 2-hole, Armstrong and Dickerson follow them. Kay Wood in the 5 spot, the catcher. She's a righty. Jablonski, the DP, in the 6-hole. Burns, Presley, and Hood rounding out the 9 batting as she'll go down swinging. One away for Reinhardt's Eagles.
Yeah, that's a nice pitch there up above the zone by Pettit, and that if you go up above the zone with good stuff like hers, you can get a lot of swings and misses.
control the play across to second. Not able to go for the double, but they do flick that to second and cut down the lead runner, who was going to be in scoring position. Audrey Morehouse will return to the dugout with 2 away in the bottom of the first. Allie Dickerson's been a really nice piece in this tournament. Able to do a lot of positive things. As that goes for strike 1, dealing some heat, Ansley. Fouled off into the backstop. Trying to find the drum. Somebody's got a drum going on again.
Somebody does have a drum going on.
It's probably just another bucket, low-key, but I've been told it's an additional bucket. This is a multi-bucket tournament. Can we get a bucket in the press box? I want a bucket. Yeah,
a bucket
of chicken sounds great.
Oh,
yeah,
that
that's
sounds
a good idea.
Awesome.
Wow. Can we DoorDash a bucket of chicken right now? 2 away in the bottom of the first as we are scoreless. Rolling in a nice contest. The loser eliminated between the 1 and the 2 seed, and you could just feel the tension. I mean, this has got a different feel than any of the games these two programs have played into this point. The intensity is wild.
It is certainly an intense game for these two teams that had hoped they could make their way both into the championship, and that's not possible now at this point with them both having 1 loss coming from the losers bracket.
No, and there's something disappointing about that. You know, you want to see your top 2 teams play in the championship, and Reinhardt obviously got swept at the end by Johnson in the regular season. And I have another thought on that in a moment. And obviously did not have as strong of a second half to the regular season as a first half. Not their usual type of performance, but these 2 are the top 2 in the regular season. So you want to see those teams go down to the wire, right? You want to see good ball. Yeah,
you do. You always want to see the best teams playing at the national tournament. You know, you want your best teams getting there. But if a team gets hot, and that's what's happened with some teams like Truett McConnell in this tournament, it's hard to stop them.
Well, that retires the side. Got her to swing on it, and Dickerson strikes out as that sends us into the top of the second between Reinhardt and Johnson.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere.
Back in Kingsport, Tennessee, and Reinhardt is going to be led off by Kylie Friege in this second inning, but their lineup card from top to bottom: Taylor Wade, Shirley in the 2-hole, Height, Pettit, Friege obviously in that 5 spot. Shaylin is the 6 who plays first base, Molly Stevens, Hutto, and Stephanie Schaefer rounding out the 9 on the card for Reinhardt University in their batting lineup to open today's game. In the outfield from left to right for Johnson's Royals, Reese Burns in left field. And center, we're going to hear a lot today from Presley. In right field, this is roped across and able to make it to first safely. Friege, the leadoff, gets a single. In right field, Just to the right of Presley is Audrey Morehouse, who's a great hitter as well. On the infield, Armstrong playing first, Hubbard at second for Johnson. At third, it's Dickerson. The shortstop alongside them is Hood. Catching today is Autumn Kaywood, and dealing from inside of the circle, Madison Pritchard. But rolled across and just fouled down the chalk. She thought she had it.
Yeah, just hit maybe a divot in the dirt a little bit, bounced it to the right, and Olshaway is going to have to try it again here on 0-1. I assume they will have her do it again.
Popped it up as she's going to be in trouble to the right side, and the play made, pulled out of the air in right field by Morehouse.
My assumption was unfounded. Went with the swing that time instead of going bunt yet again, and is retired on the pop out into right.
That was a little eloquent. My assumption was unfounded.
Yeah.
Indeed, you had presumed incorrectly, my friend. We've got a runner over at first. This is Molly Stevens. Stevens got a hold of it. She's in trouble in right field as well, and caught again by who else? Morehouse.
Now batting the catcher, number 13, Shelly Hull.
Frank Osborne, who's been helping us out, is throwing stuff around in the press box. We might have to take a second to calm him down. He's just broken something and looks very upset. Probably heard that on air, that loud bang. That's Frank. I think he's just getting hungry. I think we all are, you know. We're talking about chicken and stuff. That's a huge cut. Strike two, Hutto behind the count, and a nice start for Pritchard. She's looking really good to lead off this top of the second.
She is looking good so far in this game, and Pritchard has shown she can pitch with the best of them this season. Again, Pritchard coming into the day with a 2.84 ERA. That's a really good number for a starting pitcher. Someone who started 10 games. Make this her 11th of the year.
And I mentioned this during Reinhardt's contest yesterday, not this morning, I don't believe, but they had a really limited number of games. They had really bad luck with scheduling. Things fell apart. Quite the rocky road. I think they played an average of a dozen less games than other teams in the conference. Out of conference play, that is. Obviously played the full conference schedule. So from what I hear, that really disrupted their rhythm. I mean, that pretty much made it impossible to get on a run and gel and mesh as a team early in the season. That goes for strike three. Caught her looking and retired the side as Johnson will go back to bat in the bottom of the second inning.
Across home plate because they've kicked away or they've been a wild pitch. It's another thing we've talked about all day long. When you're trying to pull an upset, when you're the lower seed, you cannot make mistakes that cost you a run. And that's out number two. And Gagnon is retired, and that means Sabero represents the final lifeline to the season for the Bears.
But yeah, that's a great point. Just too many costly mistakes, costly errors, really dooming U Pike in moments where they needed to be crisp. They were anything but.
Reynolds here in the top of the ninth. 8 2/3. He's got 4 Ks. The 1 run, it was earned. But trying to earn a bounce-back win in this winner-go-home scenario, and got a little dicey early on when they gave up the lead, couldn't score through the first 3 innings. But when they started scoring, they have not stopped. 10-1. Then it's 1-2 at the plate. And
Back live. Well, we were live. I mean, you could see. But, you know, it's us now talking, so it's different somehow. Roped across as she grabs that out of the air. Wow, what a start, soaring through to get the ball.
And Molly Stevens making a nice play at shortstop there, reaching out, plucking that line drive out of the air.
A little feather in her cap on the day.
Yeah. Eagles, you know?
Dude, plucked it right out of the river. Ping off of the backstop.
It hit one of those massive metal poles back behind the plate.
Jablonski all smiles. I think she enjoyed that noise too. It's pretty entertaining sound. Jablonski over the top. Look out down the right field line as that rolls into the fence. She's behind the count early 0-2. This has become quite the battle between these two sides. During the break, I'm like, man, this is pretty crazy that this has come down to the 1-2.
Yeah.
And they're playing for a chance to get into the play-in game tomorrow morning. They're not even playing to get into the championship. One of them doesn't even get to go to the play-in game. Then they've got to beat the red-hot, pun intended, Lions of Bryan as that's snagged in center field for Reinhardt by Taylor Wade.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Bryan is the team that put Johnson down in the loser's bracket with their 6-0 shutout of Johnson. So, I mean, Bryan's red hot. Truett McConnell even hotter than that up at the top in the championship game already.
Nobody to advance on the base path on the scattered pitch.
What a tournament this has been. It's been a tourney of ups and downs,
No question
twists and
about it.
turns.
Huge cut, strike one, count even at 1. Good draw by Ansley. Shot through to the circle. Oh my goodness. See you in the dugout. That'll retire the side and send us to the top of the 3rd in Kingsport, Tennessee.
Your favorite teams, your favorite live streams, your favorite highlights. Be sure to engage with us. Find us now on YouTube at NSBN Sports or visit us at nsbnsports.com.
Back where Reinhardt is going to work in the top of the 3rd. Schaefer leading off. Getting some noise out of the Eagle dugout now. You can tell they're getting into it a little bit. I like seeing some energy from them. I feel like they haven't been as energetic as they should be for having won a big game earlier, and playing so well as this is going to fly and be caught and send her back. Good play.
And back to the top of this Reinhardt order now.
Good opportunity for them, even though they do have one away on a beautiful, beautiful day. Crisp sunshine rolling down over the trees. Good crowd. She lets that go by. This is Taylor Wade, who has been definitely, you know, forget the level of it, high school, whatever, Division I, NAIA. One of my favorite softball players to watch. She's just so much fun. Taylor Wade gets a hold of it, delivered to first in time to send her back to the dugout. Good play again by the Royals, getting on top of that, and Hubbard flips it right to Armstrong.
Now batting the left fielder, number 16, Allie Shirley.
Two quick outs here in the third inning for the Reinhardt offense. They are in danger of going quickly and quietly here in this inning.
Yeah, I don't, you know, this is a game you can, you've got a little bit of time to work with. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think with how good these two are. This is floated and in trouble in short center. That'll retire this side. The Royals want to go back to bat in the bottom of the third. We'll see what they can do against these Reinhardt Eagles.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
What if you can have it all? A place to call home, a great job, and a safe and welcoming community to raise your family. You can have all that and more in Kingsport, Tennessee. For the past quarter century, Kingsport has been on a mission to reinvent itself as the first professionally planned and privately financed city of the 20th century. Kingsport has earned the nickname the Model City. From award-winning educational initiatives to business incubators to the surrounding natural beauty, Kingsport is just the right size to have the amenities you need without the traffic and crime of a larger city. With a vibrant downtown, great shopping and dining, and a thriving local economy, Kingsport is the perfect place to call home. Ready to start loving where you live? Choose Kingsport. Visit movetokingsport.com and discover all the reasons why this charming town is the perfect place to call home.
In Kingsport, it's scoreless at the bottom of the third between Johnson and Reinhardt. We're talking about dogs here. And she could be a dog as she hammers that down the left field line, but flies out. I thought that thing was gonna sail. She may have that dog in her, but she's got to work on the accuracy.
Yeah, just got under it. And a nice play in left field to go track it down. Allie Shirley running it down in left field.
This is Madison Hood. Hood lets it go. Strike one. Ripped that by.
You know, sometimes when you play a lot of softball in a very short stretch of time, you get tired, maybe lose your concentration a little bit. And a lot of times in these types of tournaments, you see as the tournament moves along, games become less and less prolific offensively. I think that's what we just saw in True McConnell-Bryan. Not that the players were not focused, but they are tired. It's been a long week so far. And I think so far we've seen in this Reinhardt-Johnson game the same thing.
Yeah, it's pretty cold at the plate. Oh, I missed it. We're getting harassed while we're on air. This is gonna roll wide.
That may not even be the explanation for the low-scoring games. I mean, the defense has seemed decent. So I haven't seen a whole lot of issues in this game specifically, and the game before this as well, with defense.
Rolled across through the circle. The play at first in time for Reinhardt, who retires a second. In the bottom of the third, we're still scoreless. The base path empty, and the Eagles 1 out away from taking us into the 4th inning of play between these two. And just reminding you of the stakes here, this is the 1 and 2 seed in our tournament. The top 2 programs, and only one gets to go to the play-in game. So they're not even going to the championship at 1 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah.
Eastern time, of course, wherever you're tuned in from. They're going to the play-in game at 11 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow morning. They will play Bryan College. Whoever wins this game plays Bryan College for the right to go to the championship. If they make it to the championship, whichever side. Let's say Johnson wins this, the number 1 seed. Then they beat Bryan, who earlier ran them off 6-0 with a shellacking. Then they go to the championship and take down TMU 2-0, right? They have to play another game at 3 Eastern time because they're in the loser's bracket. So a long path ahead. That's why it matters so much to stay on the right side up, on the winning side of this bracket. For one of these programs, they have to go to the 11 a.m. game tomorrow, whoever is able to take this.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
Inslee Height leading off the top of the 4th for Reinhardt, who was able to flip the side quickly in the bottom of the 3rd. Height is, just because of the way you've discussed her, I feel like she might be your favorite batter in the league. Is that, we don't want to push it, do we?
That's a good question.
I think Taylor Wade is, I want to say she's my favorite just because of her style. That's a roper. She got it through. How about that? Height is on base over at first with a squeaky little rope right out of there.
Yeah, she's got a great swing, that's for sure. I guess it kind of just depends. I mean, pretty crazy. Bernal knocked out of this tournament immediately, pretty much.
Actually, yeah, great.
Dayton
Some really
Power,
good players.
Dayton Power, Ava Moon. I mean, those are 2 great hitters.
I agree.
But I think if you're, mixing every tool together offensively, Height probably is the best all-around hitter in this conference.
golden rays of the afternoon sunset starting to pour down gently over the mountaintops into Kingsport. Channeling my inner Mark Shelley. Trying to keep up. Like he's kind of like, he's over there like banging out these crazy one-liners. That rolls through into the backstop, and Height is free to take her place in scoring position at second. And no outs in the top of the fourth as Reinhardt, for the first time, looking poised to potentially strike in this.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Johnson. If you get a runner to second with no outs in softball, there's not really an excuse for you as an offense to not score that runner.
Roped across, going down, and this is going to be backwards for Reinhardt as she's unable to get that one to go the way she wants into the dugout, but they do advance Height to third.
Yeah.
So strategically, probably the move they're looking for.
Quite surprised, if I'm being honest, that Pritchard just immediately fielded and threw to first. Didn't even peek at the runner going from second to third there. This early in the game in a low-scoring contest.
And a good hit, and it's enough to bring home the run. Reinhardt University in the lead, 1-0 in Kingsport, Tennessee, over the Johnson Royals as Height scores it for the Eagles.
Yeah, that right there, I think, was the most important play of this game so far, was that previous ground ball. You look back on this game, you probably don't even see that play in the scorebook, but it's a tapper right back to the circle, but the runner from second goes to third. And, you know, there's just not really any attempt to get that runner, as there could have been an easy play at third base if Pritchard turns and throws to third to get that lead runner. And instead, now that run comes home from third on the very next play.
1-0 Reinhardt Eagles in the lead. Shaylin at bat with a runner over at first, safe. One away. Yeah, it caused me pause. You mentioned it. You were surprised that Pritchard didn't even look to third.
Yeah,
Me as well. I
didn't take a peek.
Yeah,
just immediately caught and threw to first base. Didn't even think about looking at the lead runner.
Almost odd. Roper, Shaylin delivers that down the line to second and first for the double play. Got her. How about it? That is a 6-4-3 to retire the side and take us to the bottom of the fourth between Johnson and Reinhardt. 1-0 Eagles out ahead in Kingsport, Tennessee. Back in Kingsport, Tennessee, into the bottom of the fourth, Reinhardt finally breaking the deadlock in the last half inning and looking good. Height got it done. Adelaide Hubbard leading us off in this side of the fourth against Ansley Pettit. And strike one evens our count. roped across, through, and delivered to first in time. The first of the side gone for the Reinhardt Eagles. Well played.
Yeah, Hubbard grounds out to second to start the bottom of the fourth inning. And Reinhardt has that 1-0 lead, which I don't know necessarily that will be enough to win this game, but so far, the offenses have not done a whole lot.
Floater back towards the wall. Reinhardt right in front of the chain link is able to collect and prevent the home run. That would have been over if she had not been up against the fence.
Yeah, that was scary right there for Reinhardt. Left fielder Shirley kind of moving around in circles. The wind may have caught that a little bit and blown it around a little bit, and a little bit tough for her to adjust to, but she does make the catch in the end, and that's all that matters.
And another shot to the left side, but this time it's going to roll foul. 2 away on this side for Reinhardt's Eagles. Allie Dickerson not able to produce in her first at bat in this game, or second game of the day, as these two are fighting to get into the play-in. Our final game of the semifinals, as I would put it, and the championship play-in awaits us championship Friday tomorrow. Floater back towards us and almost kills someone. Just kidding, obviously. You know, that's bad when you have to be like, just be clear, that was a joke.
Mm-hmm.
It did not almost kill someone. It hit the roof and
made a loud crash.
It did make a loud noise, which was a little upsetting, as this is roped to right field, and Reinhardt making the play, dropping herself under the ball and collecting. Emily Pettit retires the side for the Eagles. They're able to turn the fourth into the fifth quickly with a 1-0 lead given to them by the Height run scored in the top side. We saw these earlier in the broadcast, but these are the season stats for these two programs, their overall records, their hitting percentage as a team, how many home runs they had recorded entering today's game, ERA as a team, and collective strikeouts.
Yeah, very similar. I think we've seen Reinhardt's run prevention a little bit better pitching-wise than Johnson's to this point in the year, so right now, Reinhardt has certainly lived up to that run prevention number with having not allowed a run through the first 4 frames.
Controlled that and roped across the blue, puts her safely over first. Stevens headed for scoring position and slides through the dusty clay into second. Stevens and the Eagles, a red-hot start of the 5th.
Yeah, a little bit of a belly flop dive into second that time from Stevens, but whatever works. It's a leadoff double.
Reinhardt is outclassing Johnson at the plate. 5 hits to their 1, and obviously the run scored. No errors for these two sides, and that's not a shock at all. They play some very clean softball. Pair of strikeouts to the Royals, 1 for Reinhardt's Eagles. Bunt controlled, headed down to first and got her, but it advances Stevens to third in prime scoring position.
Beautifully done. that time by Hutto to put that bunt down and move the runner Stevens up to third base, as we're going to have a pinch hitter coming up, Aaliyah Rogers, hitting in this spot for Reinhardt.
It's interesting. Aaliyah Rogers, they did something similar with her earlier. Oh. I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that. We just were shown a graphic. I don't know about that.
Oh.
This is gonna sail foul. That was a little disorienting.
Well, yeah, line out to Hubbard. Got 2 out.
2 away on this side as we've got a runner in scoring position. Stevens at third, and it takes us back to the top of the order for Reinhardt. Taylor Wade.
Yeah, the Reinhardt Eagles need a base hit now from Wade. They had a great chance there. Runner at third with 1 out. You just got to make sure that ball is not caught in the air in the infield somewhere, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Soft liner right to Hubbard at second base.
Wade, chopper down the line, it skaters through her legs, and it scores Stevens. Wade gets it done for Reinhardt with a nice hit just through the legs at first base. And I can watch that 100 times in a row. That is beautifully done.
Wow. Yeah, Megan Armstrong gets beaten between the legs that time. Shades of Bill Buckner.
That's as much luck as anything, but you'll take it all day long. As we're back and
stolen base.
How about that? Moving quickly out to scoring position herself with 2 away. We've seen Reinhardt score with 2 away already in the tournament a few times. One of the few teams that have been productive in that tight situation.
Yeah, since their opener that they played against Milligan, which they really struggled in, they've been good ever
Rolled
since then.
through, wants to go to first, instead going home, and we can see the score, and we do. Taylor Wade is scored by Shirley with 2 away in the top of the 5th. Reinhardt leads 3-0 in the elimination game to make it to Championship Friday.
How about that? Reinhardt extending this advantage. Johnson on the ropes. And this has been kind of the script in most of these Johnson games. Johnson, they fall behind and they have been able to come back and win a couple of those, but one of them, they never got off the schneid. They did not score a single run in their loss to Bryan. So this is looking very similar to that matchup that we saw a couple days ago.
And they're making a change, pitching, back-to-back runs, scored now. We'll look back at the first run from this inning that sparked this, obviously followed up with another with 2 away. The season on the line for these two programs, and Reinhardt has jumped out to a 3-0 advantage. That one skeetered through the legs at first base. She was, that's going to happen every now and then. It'd be hard to falter for that. Taylor Wade, in the process, got herself over to first, and then she was scored moments later with a beaut as well. Another look at that. This just happened seconds ago. The roller through the circle, she got it in short outfield center, but able to slide into the score. Taylor Wade makes it 3-0 Reinhardt University Eagles. And we're back at it. Almost really back at it right there as it goes foul instead.
And the danger is not over by any stretch here with Ansley Height coming up to the plate with a runner at first and 2 out.
Could be worse than ever, low-key.
Yeah, listen nicely, the new pitcher for Johnson, the number 2 starter for the team during the regular season. This is going to be her 21st appearance of the year. She actually leads the team in appearances on the year.
Controlled over and dropped in. as we've got another runner coming around with a lot of time and space. Gonna have a play at the plate? No, she didn't even get it back in time. And Reinhardt makes it 4-0 in the top of the 5th with another runner in scoring position.
Reinhardt taking this game by the horns here
And
in the
another
late
look.
stages.
Look at the drop. I mean, I don't know, maybe lost the ball for a half second in the grass too on top of it, because I thought they were going to get it back in time to contest at the plate, but they couldn't do it.
Shirley has good speed, so it was going to be tough anyways, but Reinhardt is certainly taking control of this game.
The Eagles blow this wide open. And the Royals looking to get involved again. They're looking to find a way to spark themselves back into this now. You've already got 2 away. If you're the Royals, you need to just say, okay, lock in, take a second, take a deep breath, finish this side. You've already done most of the digging on the floater, and this is a bloop as well, as Reinhardt scores another, coming home for the run, and another in scoring position. 5-0 Reinhardt Eagles, who are starting to look like they'll be punching their ticket to Championship Friday.
Yeah, that is a great piece of hitting by Pettit. The inside-out swing, you'll see it on the replay here, just finding a gap in the field in left center, able to leg out a double as well as Height comes across the plate easily to make it 5-0.
Yeah, I mean, Height barely had to hustle on that.
Yeah. He could have probably fast walked to the plate.
Frege poked across, and this time collected to retire the side, to the relief of our friends in pinstripes. The Knoxville, Tennessee-based Royals are going to go back to bat, and they need an explosion of runs in the bottom side of this inning.
What if you can have it all? A place to call home, a great job, and a safe and welcoming community to raise your family. You can have all that and more in Kingsport, Tennessee. For the past quarter century, Kingsport has been on a mission to reinvent itself as the first professionally planned and privately financed city of the 20th century. Kingsport has earned the nickname the Model City. From award-winning educational initiatives to business incubators to the surrounding natural beauty, Kingsport is just the right size to have the amenities you need without the traffic and crime of a larger city. With a vibrant downtown, great shopping and dining, and a thriving local economy, Kingsport is the perfect place to call home. Ready to start loving where you live? Choose Kingsport. Visit movetokingsport.com and discover all the reasons why this charming town is the perfect place to call home.
I can't decide if a cutlass and a saber are interchangeable, because that...
I think they're different, because cutlasses aren't the cutlasses the curved ones?
Oh, are they not curved?
The cutlasses, I think, are.
Let's ask ChatGPT. Let's that go by. What is the difference between a saber? This is going to take 6 gallons of water. And a...
C-U-T-L-A-S-S, yeah.
Blade characteristics. This is going to be knocked foul over the top. You got it. It's curved. That's it. The saber is... Oh, the saber is the...
Yeah, the curved one.
What? Look at how similar they look, though. You see what I'm saying? But I guess one is by land and one is by sea, so that plays into the Cavalier thing. Count 1-1 rises to 2-1. We're I almost said arguing. I wouldn't say we're arguing. I just... This is knocked into the air into left field and controlled by the center fielder of the Eagles to retire one on this side of the fifth. Well done. Drop it under that. Taylor Wade with the sun at her back. Dylan Jablonski next to the lineup for the Royals. The reason we're talking about swords is Christian Zylstra here with us from Montreat, and their mascot is the Cavaliers. And so we're having a good time talking about cars from the 80s and also swords.
Johnson's got to get something going here. Down by 5. They got to get their offense moving.
Anything. Something. Deadlocked at 1 as this is going to flip on by.
Hensley Pettit doing a lot of work out there on the dirt in the circle, trying to improve the landing spot.
Jablonski, it stays inside of the chalk. Can't pick it up. She's safe over at first.
Yeah, that one kicked by Frigi over there at third base. And, you know, I think if she lets that go, it's probably a foul ball. Obviously, in the moment, you're not thinking that. You're thinking, I'm going to try to make a play here. But you'll see on replay right here that that ball is probably going to kick foul before it gets to third base.
Yeah, obviously not. I agree, not thinking about that in the moment, as this is a floater to right field, and this retires her. She flies out as Pettit gathers that.
Yeah, Burns, first pitch swinging, fly ball out to right field, and grabbed by Emily Pettit, and there's 2 out, just like that.
Reinhardt trying to take us into the 6th inning and put themselves back at bat, but they might not be able to, as this is a roper down. Stays fair. She's headed to scoring position at 2 now, as the ball is loose, headed to 3, and slides in a prime spot with 2 away in the bottom of the 5th for the Royals of Johnson University.
Man, was that a massive swing of the bat by Katie Presley. A triple down the left field line, and now she is only 60 feet away from scoring the 2nd Johnson run, if she can get another at-bat for the team by Madison Hood.
Hensley flips that through. I do feel like Hood has the, first of all, the batting. She's not a spray and pray batter. I feel like she's very accurate and has a nice touch on it, the way she makes contact. But also the power, the poise, the clutch ability, the hitting average, etc., right, to make this happen.
Yeah, she's definitely got some pop. Hasn't been super consistent this year. They have her in the number 9 spot in the order, but she does have a couple of homers. She's driven in 21 runs, so she does have the ability to step up in these types of moments.
And could be in trouble deep left along the foul line. That does sail foul, so a little bit of a stress reliever for our Royals. Make sure you go find the Southeast Sports Network on Instagram. And a huge thank you if you're really excited about a play that you see with somebody that you love or go to school with or from your school. Make sure you comment and say, thank you, Frank. Frank Osborne has been banging out the highlights like a madman, and very, very grateful to have him here with us. He's been a huge help and has made the whole thing more fun, honestly.
Yeah, Frank's the GOAT.
And dude is a soccer player. Are you a center back? Oh, he's a
center
forward.
midfielder.
Center midfielder. Midfielder. Okay, all right.
Center mid.
Messy moment.
That's like, ooh.
As this is a floater to left field, and that scores it.
Okay.
Johnson back in business with 2 away in the bottom of the 5th. It's a 3-run game.
All right, the Royals are pushing back here. Are they going to take Pettit out of the game in the circle?
4 different times in this tournament, we've seen coaches pull a pitcher who is performing fairly well in a moment of panic because of pressure or because of a run by the opposition. How has that worked out as far as you can recall?
Not normally very well. I will say I'm not sure they're going to do it here, but even if they were, I think it would have to be something that was, beyond just performance. I think they're going to leave Pettit out there as long as they can leave Pettit out there. If she begins to, be in pain just because of use, that would be one thing. But they're going to ride their best arm as long as they possibly can. I think, Gabe, I think they learned their lesson on that. Yesterday, in the game, well, actually, I take that back. 2 days ago, in the game against Milligan, that Milligan upset them. They took Pettit out early in that game, and they brought in a backup or a second pitcher who gave up a lot of runs in that inning.
And this is a roper down the line that stays fair. She makes it to first, and a runner in scoring position again for the Royals of Johnson.
Johnson is on a roll right now offensively. They have had 3 straight hits now. A triple by Presley, single by Hood, and single by Morehouse. And they're back to the really dangerous part in their batting order. Adelaide Hubbard up now. And then on deck, obviously, Megan Carpenter, who's an extremely good hitter. Megan Armstrong, that is.
Bang that off foul. Two away for quite a long time in the bottom side of the 5th. Reinhardt better retire this before another run scores.
Yeah, they do need to do that because Johnson's got all the momentum right now.
And they have the chance to do it, and they will retire the side as Johnson does put themselves back well within striking distance. A 3-run ball game as we head to the top side of the 6th inning.
Seed in Johnson, and they dismantled the Royals 11-3, an 8-run ball game, and has put themselves where Johnson was expected to be here in the winner's bracket. Johnson's still alive. They just won the game previous to ours, but now it is Montreat's chance to try to take down the defending champions and 16th ranked Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs. First pitch gets us underway, as it's a first pitch ball. And the second pitch comes in, and that's a leveling strike to Justin Austin, the right fielder from Justin Jackson, who's on the hill for Tennessee Wesleyan. It's Austin, Cameron Nagel, Matthew Brunner, Zachary Long, Daniel Restrepo, Dawson Bryant, Gustavo Gonzalez, Hunter Furchess, and Caden Ethier, as the count goes 2-1 from Jackson to Austin.
And Justin Jackson representing that 1-2 punch. I mean, pick your poison when you talk about an A.
Little peek to the other side of town. And Reinhardt is back at bat after they had an explosive couple of runs scored. And I would say they probably, not that they have to have it, but man, would it make life easier and safer for these girls in white and wearing the Eagles across their chest today if they could get a couple of insurance runs. It would be a big-time moment.
Yeah, it would be huge for them. Obviously, getting those 2 runs, Johnson feeling a little bit better about themselves now as we enter the 6th inning of this contest. But if Reinhardt comes out here and just gets 2 right back, I mean, that's a back-breaking event for the Royals.
I agree. Yeah, Johnson has got to find some confidence just because of how close we are to the finish line. I don't know if Reinhardt's going to be able to produce anymore. You know, I don't feel that, but I do feel that not producing here is dangerous for Johnson. Season-ending type dangerous. And so she'll walk to first. Not a lot of danger in that. An interesting decision of all the bats and batting averages and pieces in the lineup for Reinhardt to decide to walk her, maybe just miss the strike zone.
Yeah, just missing the strike zone, I think. Olszeway works the walk, is going to be replaced by Maggie English. As Reinhardt smells some blood in the water here, trying to get that runner into scoring position with less than 2 outs.
Yeah, dangerous spot on the board for Johnson's Royals, as Molly Stevens is 1 for 2 in this game, scored a run, has had a really nice tournament. She played 3 positions already. This is going to be floated. She's in trouble and could be retired as it heads out deep in shallow center field to retire her, well collected by the Royals.
And that's a big out for Johnson there, keeping the runner at first and picking up an out on 1 play. Reinhardt dealing with the bottom of their order right now offensively, so they're trying to find a way to just manufacture something.
And don't necessarily need to do that, but again, Johnson does, my gut tells me. I have no stats to back that up. That's not factual information whatsoever. It might be meaningless. I'm just telling you what I feel. And here's a hustle play out to second for Reinhardt, who is now in scoring position with 1 away. They're going to run her back because that was not a steal. It was on the loose ball.
Yeah, foul ball. Just got a piece of it, did Hutto.
Fouled off again. Last few games, as we've dug into stats, that is a huge swing for the second out of the side. How about them Royals inside of the circle doing some work, Alyssa Nicely?
Yeah, really well done there. Nicely gets it to the outside edge. Hutto swings through it. Can't make contact, and now it's Aaliyah Rogers' turn in the number 9 hole.
Rogers, as this is thrown to second and into scoring position, Reinhardt, with 2 away in the 6th, has got her there.
Yeah, had to send Maggie English there. That's her 9th steal of the season for the Eagles, as they just need to get her in scoring position at least in case there's a single hit here by Rogers.
Pop that up, and as it sails through the infield, Johnson's going to do what they needed most, retire the side, and a chance to make magic happen in an elimination game when we return in just a few moments from Kingsport in the bottom of the 6th inning.
To keep it in front of him by Teal. And it's 2-2. 2's across the top, the count, and 2 outs. And 2 in play. There's the runner at third and the 1 at home. Long awaits. Chases it outside, and it's strike 3. Down he goes. 3 strikeout outs, only broken up by the single and the 2 stolen bases by Cameron Nagel. Otherwise, Justin Jackson cruised through the first inning, and we go to the bottom of the first, and the Bulldogs bring the bats to the plate. The best player in the AAC this year, Alan Gil Fernandez, leads things off when we come back.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device.
What if you can have it all? A place to call home, a great job, and a safe and welcoming community to raise your family. You can have all that and more in Kingsport, Tennessee. For the past quarter century, Kingsport has been on a mission to reinvent itself as the first professionally planned and privately financed city of the 20th century. Kingsport has earned the nickname the Model City. From award-winning educational initiatives to business incubators to the surrounding natural beauty, Kingsport is just the right size to have the amenities you need without the traffic and crime of a larger city. With a vibrant downtown, great shopping and dining, and a thriving local economy, Kingsport is the perfect place to call home. Ready to start loving where you live? Choose Kingsport. Visit movetokingsport.com and discover all the reasons why this charming town is the perfect place to call home.
So the first pitch is an immediate ground out.
Yeah, Megan Armstrong retired 3 unassisted, but then on the very next pitch, Allie Dickerson hits a single into right center field. So Johnson's got a runner aboard here with 1 out for Autumn Kaywood.
Man. Here we go. Buckle your seatbelt. We could be going for a ride together after we tie our shoes. And shoes tied. Runner on board at first. Ready to go. Over the top. And collected. So that'll send her back to the dugout in the bottom of the 6th. And Johnson suddenly in danger of seeing this side retired, which is wild considering how quickly all this has happened.
Yeah. It is pretty wild, I will agree.
That bull's foul.
Johnson is just swinging early in these counts. They're just taking hacks at the first pitch. In every at-bat, it seems.
Yeah, I don't. They've got the firepower to do that. I mean, they can get contact on a lot of different opportunities that most athletes would not be able to handle.
It worked well for Dickerson on hers, but
hits that, and it's going to go off the wall. She's making her way to scoring position. Down at third, they're going to keep going. And the Royals score the run they were looking for.
Hey, that's a big run because Johnson has shown now that they can score in back-to-back innings. And they have another runner in scoring position here for Reese Burns. So if Burns could come through and drive in another one, they'd only be down by the 1 run going into the 7th, or possibly even could extend it further here in the 6th.
Big time score, as this is going to be foul. Strike 1 with 2 away and a runner in scoring position. Still at second, you can see her centered up on your screen. That is Dylan Jabrowski on the base path. Jablonski, the righty, got a nice hit off the wall.
The RBI double. That's her 3rd double of the tournament.
Man, a lot of players do not see 3 doubles all season. Roped across, controlled to retire the side by the Reinhardt Eagles. And so in a 2-run game, we head to the 7th, the elimination game, and only one of our top 2 seeds moves on to Championship Friday.
They won 16 of 17 AAC regular season titles before Reinhardt went back-to-back in 24 and 25. They've also won 16 of the last 19 tournament titles,
including last season's when they were champions. Reinhardt was the #1 seed. Tennessee Wesleyan was the 2 seed in that tournament. As that's a chopper over to short, they'll try to turn 2. They get 1, they get 2, and the runner is safe at third. So Gil Fernandez is 90 feet away from breaking the deadlock here in the bottom of the first, but Gordon and Josh Shelley are out in the 6-4-3 double play. David Bolonia is the 4th batter of the inning and the one charged with trying to drive in the run over at first. 2 outs, 1 on.
Taylor Wade is going to lead us off on this side of the 7th inning. Really tight on the body. That goes for strike 1.
Do you think Reinhardt needs a run here?
That's a great question. So there's a couple of different trains of thought, paths of thought. Production-wise, the likelihood of them staying hot seems low as far as Johnson and the Royals. Reinhardt, foul territory left side. She stays alive, just barely though. Mathematically, you know, with 2 outs, Johnson's hitting 400, Reinhardt's hitting 333. With runners on, Johnson's hitting 364, Reinhardt's hitting 222. In scoring position, Reinhardt 333 to 333 of Johnson as she goes down and back to the dugout, and that is big-time stuff.
I think they need a run.
I think my gut tells me they probably do. My brain tells me no. But, yeah, my gut says they got to get a run here. And maybe that's just because if I were, like, invested or needed this win or whatever, or if I'm involved, like, I would feel like we needed the run.
Yep.
But I don't know. That's a good question. Like, this is a tough jam.
It's a 2-run game, you know. I think Reinhardt in this spot right now, with what Johnson's done the last 2 innings offensively, which is put up 3 runs combined over the last 2. Who's to say that with this current situation, realizing, we're down by 2 and our season's going to be over, they don't turn it on. If I'm Reinhardt, feel like I would really like to have another insurance run here. However, you also look at the lineup and where Johnson will be at when they come back up. And the last batter that hit in the last inning was Reese Burns. So 8, 9, and 1 are the hitters for Johnson.
Looking for help from over at first. And so Shirley, 1 for 3 today, facing a full count from Melissa Nicely with 1 away in the top of the 7th. Shirley cranks this back down along the foul line. It trends foul, and she'll return for another full count delivery.
However, you know, also for Johnson, the number 8 hitter is Katie Presley, who hit a triple last time up. So, I mean, you've got a person who has shown that they can produce. Madison Hood drove her in with a single. She's the 9 hitter. So this whole lineup is dangerous for Johnson. So if Reinhardt doesn't add anything here, they're going to be sweating it in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, unless they can somehow flip. I guess that's another piece. Like, Reinhardt has had some innings in this game where they have flipped the side super quickly as Johnson gets her to chase. Strike 2 becomes strike 3, and she's headed back to the dugout with 2 away.
Good start to the inning for Johnson. 2 quick outs here against the Eagles.
Height. Floater. And just like that, Johnson is poised to do the improbable, the unlikely, the immaculate, and the incredible. That's why you play them, and that's what makes the tournament so fun. Can they come from behind and topple Reinhardt in the bottom of the 7th? the bottom of the 7th. We are in a race to the finish. It's 5-3, Reinhardt leading the Johnson Royals. Gabriel Schrei, Brendan Sweeney, for those of you just joining us from the Red Siren tweet. Yes, close game alert. In the elimination game, only one team moves on. The 1 and 2 seed battling for a trip to Championship Friday tomorrow and an opportunity to battle the Lions to go to the title bout.
Yeah, it's been a great game so far, and I am sensing there may be some fireworks here in this bottom of the 7th as well. Whether that's Johnson walking things off or Reinhardt getting out of a jam, we will know when it happens.
The coach of the year for the Appalachian Athletic Conference, running the dugout for the Royals.
Dana Carter, head coach of Johnson, led her team to last year's AAC tournament championship. Comes through this year with the #1 seed after winning it from the #4 seed last year. And they're having to battle back from the loser's bracket this season.
And there is strikeout 1. The play over at first is in time as well, as they say that ball is loose in the clay. One away in the bottom of the 7th for the Reinhardt Eagles. And the jam, the desperation grows for our #1 seed, the Royals of Johnson, who only had to make the short 90-minute trip from Knoxville to get here.
That was a stellar changeup from Pettit that time, as Presley was completely fooled and out on her front foot and swung and missed.
Madison Hood, a really talented batter, a great athlete for this Johnson Royal softball club. 1 for 2 in today's game with a ribby. Her excellent season, it all comes down to a couple of at-bats for the Royals. Big swing, strike 2. Johnson is in dangerous waters.
Pettit in the circle, stepping up right now to the big moment. No doubt. Strikes out the first hitter, now ahead 0-2 against Hood.
0-2, Hood pops it up foul. Bottom of the 7th inning between Reinhardt and Johnson. A life's worth of work in collegiate athletics, high school athletics, pee-wee softball, all comes down to a couple of outs. Careers will end, seasons will flip over, new rosters will come, different coaches, different standings. One team will play another day tomorrow in the championship rounds, but only if they can win this.
Home plate umpire had a word with the Johnson dugout there momentarily, probably about something going on in the dugout, not sure what.
Laser through, and what an opportunity.
Wow.
Reinhardt says, hey, this is a no-fly zone.
How about Ansley Pettit here in the 7th inning? Coming up big for this team.
Pettit in the clutch in the setting sun. And so that goes across with 2 away. Our next batter, Audrey Morehouse, who has already had a big day, 2 for 3, a couple of huge plays defensively. She's 2 for 3 at the plate. Morehouse fouls it off.
Hubbard is the on-deck hitter for Johnson, and we've already seen her be a hero a couple of times here in this tournament. If Morehouse gets on, she is the tying run in the on-deck circle.
Yeah, that seems like a good path forward. If Johnson were going to be able to pull this out now with 2 away already, that's fouled off. It does seem like Morehouse is more than capable of getting on, and then Hubbard would be your hope.
Yeah, Morehouse has been Johnson's leader in this lineup all year long.
Number 5 staring down 17, the delivery. The 0-2 is chopped right through the circle. She's headed safely over to first, and now the opportunity presents itself. Hubbard, the tying run in the on-deck circle, will come to bat.
That ball was ripped back up the middle. Pettit, lucky to get her glove up there, knock it off line there. It was coming right for her chest, and it got into center field. So that's what Johnson needed. They needed to get that runner on with 2 outs, and Adelaide Hubbard comes up again.
Hubbard rolls this through, gathered between the 2 bases as she's safe at first and not able to get her at second. I can't believe it. A runner in scoring position with 2 away in the bottom of the 7th. Johnson miraculously alive, and the game-winning run in Megan Armstrong now to bat.
Boy, what a brutal hop there on that ground ball. Hit something, a divot, a rock, something, and it popped up, and no chance at second base to make that play that time for Reinhardt. And now there's 2 on, the tying run at first.
Armstrong down the left field line, crushed that, but it goes foul. Would have been a home run had it stayed fair.
Armstrong 0 for 3 in this game, so she is due, and she certainly has the power, like you just said, to end this game and put Johnson into Friday.
The setting sun, a metaphor for the season of one of these programs. Pettit delivers. Armstrong.
Another chance. 1-2 count.
A strikeout ends the game. Championship Friday on the line. Pettit delivers, roped through the circle, loose, gathered, sent to first, done. Reinhardt wins. Reinhardt advances to Championship Friday, 5-3, a victory over the Johnson Royals, and just able to close it out in the bottom of a 7th. What a battle down to the wire.
Yeah, down to the wire is right. Johnson almost able to put something together there in the 7th inning to get back into the game, but Reinhardt able to pull it off with that final ground out to second, and Reinhardt moves on, one of the final 3 teams in this tournament left, as the number 1 seed Johnson Royals have been eliminated and sent back to Knoxville, Tennessee.
Unbelievable performance by Reinhardt today, and they'll have to get by the red-hot roaring Lions of Bryan College in tomorrow's play-in game for the championship. How tall of a task is that? And I mean, if you're coach, what are you telling your players about Bryan, who you've seen move pretty efficiently? Even though they're now also in the elimination game, they've looked really good for the 4 seed.
They have looked really good, and I think that Reinhardt knows that they are kind of running on fumes right now. I mean, they have played so many games at this point. Ansley Pettit has pitched a ton of innings in the circle. I'm sure that they probably are thinking, oh, let's look at maybe Langley in the circle tomorrow against Bryan and see if she can do the job. And I think that would make sense. But what a game for Reinhardt today. They'll celebrate this one for now, but they will obviously look forward to tomorrow and talk about, as a team, what it is they need to do to pull off the victory.
Exciting stuff. Really appreciate you being with me all day today. And so excited to have everybody along with us tomorrow. Be sure to set your clocks. It is scheduled viewing for our championship bouts all day Friday, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern. Our championship game is at 1 p.m. Eastern time, and if we do need a what-if game, if the team who were to win the 11 a.m. game were to also win the 1 p.m. game against Truett McConnell, we would play a 3 p.m. what-if game for the trophy in Kingsport, Tennessee. And boy, it just is going to be so much fun. I'm excited.
It's going to be a ton of fun.
Stay with us and enjoy your evening. Thanks for being with us all day long. I know so many of you hung out all day. Really appreciate our crew and all the great people running stats and keeping things together in Kingsport. For Brendan Sweeney, everybody here in the press box, for the Reinhardt Eagles, who have moved on, the Johnson Royals, who had a wonderful season, and best of luck to them in the offseason. All of the fans.
And actually, Johnson will be in the national tournament as the auto bid from the regular season.
Punching the ticket.
Yeah. So
with the auto bid.
Their AAC tournament season ends, but their national tournament season is still to come.
Excited to see what they dig out of that. That should be fun, and see if they end up getting to do well at a host site, what that looks like. And I know they probably have the juice to go a little further than just a host site. So we'll see what comes together. All games and events airing on our networks, broadcast live, and our copyright material. Today's game will be archived and available for replay on the app or platform where you viewed it. This has been a presentation of the Southeast Sports Network and Shrine Media. Reinhardt Eagles win 5-3.
Lone exception was in the first inning. Cameron Nagel had a single and then 2 stolen bases to get over to third. Problem is nobody helped him out. Strikeout looking before, and then 2 swinging strikeouts after to end the inning. And then a busy second inning over at short for Rob Gordon. He contributed on all 3 of those outs, a line out, pop out, and then a ground out. 3-1 count. As out in front is Furchess. Jackson trying not to lose him here. His team has scored a run in each of the first 2 innings. And Furchess takes ball 4. He'll head down the first. And a rare misstep by the ace for the Bulldogs.
Now, it's still so early in the game that it's too early to make any real prognostications, but not a good sign for Montreat. First 2 games, they had 3 runs entering the third. Slow start to their offense so far today.
Well, they are getting the best that Tennessee Wesleyan has to offer in Jackson on the Hill. So a tall task to try to replicate their offense, but if they can, it would certainly turn heads because of who they're doing it to. 0-1 count. And they throw back to first to keep Hunter Furchess in check. This is Caden Ethier. He's only seen 1 pitch at the plate. And again, they throw back.
To your point, you may be asking a lot for a direct replication of what they've done, but if they're going to try to beat Tennessee Wesleyan, they need to make plays at the plate to keep pace.
Singled and scored, wore a pitch, moved a runner, and then a ground out in the last night's win over Johnson. And it's an 0-2 count here for Ethier. 9-hole hitter, top of the order coming around after him. It's Justin Austin in the on-deck circle. They are very concerned with Furchess over there at first. Instead, they'll come home and swung on and missed. And that's yet another strikeout here in the early goings of this game. Jackson has his 4th, his 3rd by way of a swinging strike.
And it's definitely going to be difficult, especially when it seems like Justin Jackson is in peak form right now.
So Jackson looks over to Furchess at first as Justin Austin comes to the plate. Second time he went down looking the first time up, so we would love to make amends for that.
I can really appreciate 2 chatty dugouts, Tennessee Wesleyan. They have a ton of energy. Montreat, they've had energy all series, all tournament long up to this point. U-Pike and Johnson, they were both pretty quiet. I mean, U-Pike I can understand because things weren't going their way. Johnson, I mean, just not a ton of energy. It was a really workman-like game, I would say.
Well, they played from behind for a couple of innings, and even when they got the lead, it was still a very controlled and business-like attitude of, we're here, we need to win, and get the job done and stay alive, and that's all it was. No time to celebrate, just get the job done. That's another throwback on Furchess before the 1-1 here to Austin.
Yeah, I mean, it's to act like you've been here before, but, I mean, no one's been here more than Tennessee Wesleyan. If they could show some emotion, who you know?
So a 2-1 count.
Just saying.
As that's outside the strike zone.
I don't want the Johnson people on my head. I still think you have a great team.
Jackson looks to first, now comes home. And it's 2-2. Good looking pitch. Trying to avoid going down by way of the strikeout again is Austin. Top of the third, 2 scoreless innings so far for Montreat, but they got a man on first and 1 out. Back is Furchess in less than of a slide and more of a bear crawl back to the bag. He didn't have the largest of leads either. And he's still inside that inner cut on the turf. That's a chopper back to Jackson. He turns to second, makes the throw. Can they double it up? It bounces away. It bounces all the way to the wall, and trying to get the speed in his footing is Austin, and he might have gotten there had he not lost his footing and slipped as he realized that ball had gotten over to the side wall beyond first.
I think the trip might have saved him from himself there. I think he would have been gunned down trying to make his way to second.
Either way, he's on first, and Furchess is out going to second. And so that brings up Nagel, and Nagel's the only one outside of now Austin who has had success, and he represents the only true hit of the ballgame. Shows bunt, and the scoreboard shows strike. This is a tough one for me with the reflection off the netting that we've talked about where the balls have rolled up to us. Really makes it hard to see the umpire, the actual plate. Here's the 0-1, and that's the inside edge, and it's an 0-2 count. Jackson trying to make it 4 batters and strand one over at first. 2 outs, runner on. At the plate is Nagel. Swing and a miss. And a 5th strikeout on the day. Another one for Justin Jackson, and he is cruising. Even if you find a way to get on base, he shuts you down at the plate. 2 in the inning, 5 overall in the day, and another scoreless half frame for Montreat. They've been held silent in this game, but not all tournament long. So rare waters for them as Tennessee Wesleyan comes to the plate.